Hi Stitchy friends, this is Heidi, Stitching Faith, back with the Flosstube number 42. And today's date is the 13th July 2024. I'm back with the update video for the end of the June and until today July, what I have stitched on. So it's WIP update. Last video was more of a parade. I wanted to put them back or stitch them a little bit more, so I want to do the update video before this month is gone by. That said, my plan for today is to show one finish. It's a start and finish, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, which I'm not really good at putting the name, Cali CALI _ Heiko is my Instagram handle. They don't match with my Flosstube because I did not start both of those social medias to post publicly or as a Flosstuber. I just did it for fun. Then they kind of organically got together, and I'm leaving it that way. Heiko is my nickname for my dad used to call me. But, yeah, the only other person that ever calls me that is my big sister. Other than that, that's the reason I keep that name, and I will link it so you guys can see the progress of the start to finish for that project. I have a whole bunch of WIPs from end of the last month and beginning. Then I was talking, I had a stitch made up. Shelly, hi Shelly, her Flosstube channel is It's Only Stitching. I will link her channel below. So we were talking and she brought her Christmas stitching. I think she was gonna do a little bit of a Christmas stitching, and she was sorting out what she's gonna stitch. So it kind of got me into the mood too. It's really hot out here. So I decided pull out my WIPs, Christmas or wintry, and then I pulled out some of the patterns that I might start. I might not. So we'll go through it. I thought it's fun sometimes to middle of the heat just bring out the cool Santa snowman kind of patterns. So we'll go through that, and I think that will be it for today's Flosstube. If you guys are interested that kind of stitching, just stick around, like, subscribe, and do all the Flosstube things. It will be fun. I wanted to shout it out another friend. Her name is Sian. We talk on my comment section. She has been kind, very supportive of my channel from day one, and I really do appreciate it. And when she told me she started her own channel, I was like, yes. She's super talented. You guys have to see her stitching. I believe yesterday she did her third Flosstube, so you can catch up really fast. Periwinkle Stitcher is her handle for the Flosstube. I will link that below. So 3 videos. And I also want to say thank you to Vicky, Virginia Stitcher. She did mention me on her last Flosstube. I felt really honored. It's always humbling when someone you admire stitching as a person, or as a Flosstuber talent, mention it. So Vicky, thank you so much. So that said, I will link 3 of the Flosstubers. If I mention more Flosstubers, I will make an effort to link their channels down below, because I do want you to enjoy all the talent, and I want to support my fellow Flosstubers as they did and they do to me. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna start from the first one that I gave a speech about my Instagram channel. I did put it from the day one, so it did take me 5 stitchy days from start to finish, and I recorded end of the day how much stitching I have done that day. To be fair, it was 4th of July weekend, and I was home all day, and I done only stitching. So hubby was working, kids were with their friends. So yeah, I started and finished Varveco kit Maria. Also says Santa Maria, Hail Mary. If you need to get the number and the company name. So this was a really easy, she was calling me, and I really wanted to stitch for longest time. A couple of years ago, before Flosstube, I stitched Jesus for my daughter. At the same age right now my son is, there's a couple of year differences between them. So I thought like it is time to stitch her as a gift for my son. So I picked her up and stitched it. Was really pleasant, easy stitch. It has only 9 colors. It's more sepia, well, not more, it is sepia colors, so creams and browns. And it says, let me see if I'm holding the right way, 9 colors. If I stitch this again on 40 count, I think the floss is enough for another smaller count fabric, but right now I'm just gonna keep it as it is in case if I want to give it to someone or I want to stitch it again. I don't know if they are DMC or Encore, but it feels like DMC, although both feel the same for me. This is a Belgium. The company is from Belgium. So the names is in different languages. Maria, Santa Maria, Hail Mary, Surf Mariam. They are all the same, different languages. So it comes with the 14 count Aida. I swapped it with the 32 count. You can see the hoop. I swapped it with the 32 count Wichelt antique white linen. I do have this white guard base too, but to be honest, right now it looks more whiter, but it has more cream in it. The one with the Zweigart base was more stark white. This one has more yellow in it, Wichelt brand. So I chose to do it with the Wichelt because of the antique feeling that has. And also I did 32 count because this negative space around here, I thought it's gonna look better. The squares of the 14 count, which nothing is wrong. And also the Aida was not holding tight on this hoop, and I knew the hoop is enough, so I don't have to squeeze the stitches on the project. So it was easy choice for me to change it. So start and finish Maria, and I will be framing her, but I'll wait for some kind of sale or gift card or whatever before I do it. I do frame my Jesus picture was framed by Michael's plain white wooden frame, like it had a like chipped off look. So I think I'm gonna go and ask them to frame with the exact same frame. I don't know the dimensions because I think it's a little bit wider here, or it might not be, I don't know. The halo, it's like the picture is exactly like that, like it shows like the sun is behind her. That's why it's halfway. 9 colors, and there's no backstitching, 0 backstitching. Even if you don't like the subject or you don't stitch it, the artistry of with the floss of 9 colors to come up with this picture, I thought it's amazing. She shows so much emotions. She's showing so much. The picture is peaceful. You cannot be angry when watching this picture. That's what I think. Okay, so I will not stop for every stitch this long. This was my favorite. I like a lot of my project, but if you want to say favorite, yeah, I do have some favorite. And so now I'm gonna just pick up a WIP and go, because that's the only finish I have. Big Folk Flower by Teresa Kogert. Yeah, there's a glare. And I'm working on 40 count dark mocha extrude design with a called for DMC. I think there was 1 or 2 weeks that I worked, but it had alternative DMC. I did choose to use the alternative DMC for that too. And I'm slowly, it's a lot of big portions of filling in, so it's slow going. So I did all of this. I had already done my last update with Parade. Since then I have not picked it up, so I did this and I tried to get some greens in to get color because this was solid block stitching. So this is up to here, so it's not a big one. Slowly but surely I'm stitching on this one. It is a darker color fabric, so that makes me, I said so many times, it makes me go slower, but that's okay. I'm enjoying the process. I do need to sometimes zip it so I don't lose my floss. Next one is All Forest Embroidery. I'm picking up 1 or 2 older projects and I'm working on them a little bit, then putting them down, so I don't want to only start new ones. So this was one of the oldest one and it's summer theme. I thought it was appropriate to stitch now. And so far I have, this is 3-part, this is a 3-part stitching, and oh, I want to show like that, it's not showing, okay, pardon. This is the end of the project, so it's gonna go like this, and I have the first part. So I started middle, worked on the 3rd part, then I'm gonna go and work on the first part. It's Atlantis. Let me see if the colors can show. The sun is working against me, right? It's behind me, so I have a little bit. I have a good sunshine, but it's also sometimes blows out the colors. My work was over here. Slowly but surely. So far I can work on this one while longer. If I stop, I also have Alice in a Wonderland from All Forest Embroidery. I can work on that one until it's finished. The summer project I started recently, Hive Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I'm working with the call for DMCs. 32 count, I'll look. The call for is 24, I believe, for the, excuse me. Called for fabric, I believe is 24, I've count. It's way too big for me, so I worked on 32 count. Zweigart, Antique Ivory, Belfast linen. I added everything, second one. It goes section by section. First section was done. This time around, I worked on second. So next time, when I pick it up, I'm gonna work on the 3rd section. The reason I'm not cutting the fabric is because I'm using hoop. It's let me see the sizes. I want to show my hoop. That's my favorite new thing. A couple of months now, like 2-3 months. The hoop size is 7/8 by 8/5 round hoop, and I got this hobby house, but I need enough space. For that reason, I'm not cutting it. And after I finish this, I'm not gonna cut, because from here this way, I'm gonna do the Primrose Cottage, the patriotic one. It's the same size, so one size is gonna be the high rules. This part is gonna be the patriotic, so this fabric is gonna carry 2 projects until it's finished. Then I'll cut it. This way I can use my hoop. Should I show my hoop before I continue? The project that I have on, I'm not gonna go on the detail because I just loaded up and almost no extra stitching on that one. But let me just show the hoop that I am gonna buy the additions. So this is the hoop. It's meant to be like this. You sit on it, or yeah, you sit on it and you put it, and you can do like this. Oops, this way, 2-way stitching. The way I use it is I turn this around like that, so the frame is in front of me like this, but this part is outside. Then I put a pillow on it, so the stitching is holding like that, and I work this way. I found that sitting on it is not comfortable, but when you put a pillow, you have both of your hands free, and I can work faster. Right now I'm working on this sleeve, but I'll show it next time. I just done like 3-4 stitches. The hoop name, this one is supposed to be this. This is 7 by, brand name is this one. Hardwick Manor Wooden Embroidery Hoop Funny Frame. This is the one, 7/8 by 8/5. But this one, this part, you cannot remove it. The bottom part. The top part you can, it's permanent. The top part you can change it. So I'm gonna get the one 7/8 by 12 inches. And over here, let me show you guys, in case you're wondering, this is attached, this part is attached. I can buy a bigger size and put the bigger size, so I can get 7/8 by 12, which I'm gonna order it from the shop. I'll see if I can link the shop. For that reason, hive rules, I'm not cutting it, the frame, the hoop. And I like it, the hoop, because it's tight. Like, if you can hear it, it's really tight. I like that because my stitches look neater. That's one reason I like the hoops that much. For my mirrors, I usually use Q-snaps because I find them easier. I do sometimes bead as I go. So I tend to use for mirrors 17 by 8 Q-snap, not hoop. I have not yet used hoop for any of my mirrors. I'm not sure why it's working that way, but for my samplers, I use this one. Until I find something more interesting, I guess. And I did not mention it. If I didn't, it's a Hobby House product. Well, I got it from there. I'm trying to find the cover page for this, my next WIP, and it is 1812 Northumberland pattern. This is the antique. I had a little bit of adventure for this one. I started the wrong fabric, then I restarted it, so that's why it's taking me longer. But I am gonna finish it. I'm almost done. I'm already fun parts, so I ate, like everybody else says, I ate my vegetables. Oopsie. This one is not pointy, so if I go like this, please don't be scared. So I worked, my hoop was this area. I did these 2 letters also with the loop-de-loos. Finished a couple of IAs. I guess her initial is IA. Maybe she has a lot of friends, family members with IA, because there's quite a bit IAs. This one has a lot of uneven stitches. Like this bird is not, it's a uneven cross stitches. There's a lot of mistakes, like over here. Satin stitches, eyelets, but it's going. I love these birds. That's why I picked up this pattern. And those ones are 1/1. And my neighbor is doing the car wash again. All right, maybe, I don't know. There's always a noise. So it's IA 18. Oh, they distracted me. 1812. They have a car wash company. They bring it over to wash their cars. I guess he is a car enthusiast, and detail washing every other day or something. They do it in front of their house, and I don't know their schedule. No matter what I do, if they decide to bring the car wash here, I cannot do much about it. But a couple of people told me before, they were very kind, that the noises are not bothering them so much, so I should not worry too much. Thank you so much for letting me know. It made me feel so much better, because last video I was saying that again, and I appreciated kind comment that said I should not worry too much about other noises, that I cannot control it. Okay, I worked on blackbird design, birds of a feather. I'll try to say louder. Hopefully that will tone at the voice, make my voice come out. I did start when it came out, but then I saw people doing it on silks, and I was regretting it, and I do that sometimes. It doesn't make sense. Then finally I'm like, okay, get down from your unicorn Heidi and just stitch it on your DMCs that you choose. It's called for DMCs. They look fantastic, and I'm gonna finish it with that. And I'm working on 40 count. Let's see, marbled hazelnut by XG Design. I will show it close. I did do the chain stitch. I could have done better job, but I thought it gives the chain stitch. I did 2 strands of floss instead of 1. Rest of it is 1/2. I wanted to give a little bit of dimension, like if I put it like this, you can feel the raise from that. I was gonna finish it, but because Christmas in July, I decided to start a couple of things, but I'm gonna try to finish it. It's gonna be up to here, very small design. The idea, I got it from Lauren from It's Not My Idea, New Hampshire Stitcher. She did the same thing. I don't know if she used the same blue, but she did red and blue. So over here is the white winged bird. Over here is the red winged bird. So I didn't want to put the red bird under red winged bird. So red under the white wing, blue under the red wing. Birds of the Feather by Blackbird Designs. Super fast stitch. I'm gonna pick up and stitch more because it is calling me. I want to start a couple of Christmas stitches, because for me, I was watching, by the way, I want to say the right name, Narissa Stitching Lifestyle. Narissa, she was kind of saying the same thing that I feel. If I haven't kitted up everything, started or kitted up, for me it's the same thing. I don't see a lot of difference. That's why I'm okay if I have a couple of stitches. That's what I want to do with my Christmas, because if I have not started it, I guarantee you it's not gonna stitch. For me, starting finding the center or counting it, putting the right fabric together, floss is hustle. But once I pass that part, it goes better for me. I count it as kitted. Even if I have a couple of stitches, I can put aside and then pick it up one day and start. That's what I'm gonna do when I show my plans. But until then, I'm also gonna work on these crinkles from Little House Needleworks. I'm working on this room. My goal is, before I put it down, I wanna do this, because this is the fun part. Even though it's a lot of stitching, I think this is the reason I purchased this pattern. Crinkles. And I'm working on 40 count. Bring it closer. Oh dear. This room and the crinkles, the word crinkles, were the reason I purchased this pattern. It is meant for the 32 count or 28 count. It's big. For me, it's gonna go up to here. But the reason they suggested a larger count because there's a golden floss that you have to mix it with the DMC floss. But because mine is so tiny, golden ones, I'm gonna do it like the chandelier, only the golden floss. I'm not gonna mix it with the other floss. So the suggestion is one strand of 422, I think, one strand of the metallic floss, which will not work for me anymore. All right. It's gonna stop and go to make noise. We're just gonna go. Then, 4th of July, I decided to work on plum stitch samplers, heritage sampler. I have already stitched this part, the flag, and I went up this way. I worked on this part. I don't have the lady yet, but I got these guys. I had these three. I added these flags and stuff. And I'm working on 40 count vintage country mocha. Vintage country mocha. I think I'm saying it right. Linen. It's a Zweigart base. It's a printed linen. The reason I chose this because I know it's gonna take a long time, and I have two other patterns from this series, plum stitch samplers. I thought it would be good idea to make it such that all three are in the same fabric. And I'll bring it closer. It says a lot of 1/1s. That makes it go slower, but I'm loving it. And hopefully I can work a little bit more before I put aside. I think Holly's Hand Create, she finished all of the series. I thought it was amazing. All right, I'm gonna go the way it's ironed over here, piled up. This is a new start. I guess I'm mixing up the new starts with the WIPs, which I always do. I had this pattern for a long time, heartstring samplery, Never Let You Go. It's 2013 or 2012. It says original release date April 2012, but I think I got 2013 or 14 like later on. It might have been exclusive, is it? Anyways, for longest time the grass colors I could not match it, and I had the hand dyed one, but they look like similar, and those are patches. And I did Elizabeth Furness from Hats, and I like that patchy look of the grass. So finally I decided to get my own colors and make the patchy grass. That shows, so it's not the hand dyed. This is the DMC version. And I just, like this color, cow color, was meant for the lady's dress. But I thought it looked brown enough for the cow. For the lady, I'm gonna use schnickels, I think. I will say it once I stitch them. As I go, I'm changing it. This is a hand-dyed Flosstube, but it's not called for. I tried to the border do different hand-dyed floss, but because some goes like this, some goes like that, it looked bad, so I'm gonna frog that out. And I decided to go one tone for the border. It was too busy for me. I mean, this floss. It's gonna be up to here, but it's gonna be this color. Never Let You Go by Heartstring Samplery, 40 count platinum linen by Zweigart. It is not hand-dyed linen. From my own stash, hand-dyed floss and DMC whenever, if I cannot find a hand-dyed one. Meant to start this long time, therefore I did. It's a stitch along, traditional stitches. If I'm not mistaken, they're around here, if not lower. I just finished this part. It's a 1 year stitch along. Ann Johnson. Last time I checked their website, they had it, but once I buy it, I don't go back every time I check if they still have it. It's silly. But yeah, I got it from them, the fabric, called for fabric 40 count, and the pattern, but I am using my own DMC floss. I'll bring it closer. This is all done with DMCs. Hopefully it's clear. So first part up to here is done. I think there's some satin stitches, then the reindeers. Quite a bit uneven stitches around here, the windows. The fiddly part was the top. So now that I have the fiddly part done, I think the bottom part goes faster. Ann Johnson. Hats. I guess, yeah. This one is not a new start. I think those are the only 2 hats I worked this time around. The second, I just lost my voice and I forgot to bring water. The second one I worked on was a stitch along for Stitching Bunny Judy and Sarah Stitches Spot birthday celebration to birthday gal Sal. That was their hashtag, and I wanted to celebrate them. I started it and I tagged them. The hashtag is used for any people who have a birthday together, they post in that hashtag too, so it kind of gets lost, so I thought I'll tag them too. To start, Florence Mary Dickinson, to birthday girl Sal. And I am doing with called for DMCs that I purchased when I got the kit. I purchased from them, and it came with needle fall. Thread drop or thread decor, what you call it, thread bling. And this is the DMC, called for DMCs. First, I wanted to order the Vicky Clayton silk, but I'm like, you already bought it. The fabric I did change to 40 count Nirvana by Needle and Flax. Let me see if the color shows. This is the fabric color, and I will bring it closer. It will blow out the fabric color, but you can see the stitches. See how it looks with the DMC as well. Hands across the seam. I just did one day of on the June 24th was start date, and I wanted to start on their birthday. It's been 1 week difference, so they decided to do it in between their 2 birthday weekends. Between their 2 birthdays. I will tag their YouTube channels too. It's just a start. I'm not sure if I can keep up because I do have a couple of after Elizabeth Furness focus piece, I have Aunt Thomas from Hats, which I started 2021. I want to say, or 2022. I want to work on Aunt Thomas because it's been with me for a while. It's a lot confetti that was slow going, and I always prioritize something else over Aunt Thomas. So I do think I'm gonna work mostly on her, but occasionally I will pick up this one too and I'll work on it. But she's not gonna be a focus piece. I did start Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I froze from Carriage House Samplings, and I'm gonna do all of them. I started with the first block and I finished it. I'm hoping it might not happen. I'm hoping every time I pick up I can finish a block. That's a wishful thinking. This time around I was able to, but not always. Let me see. I'm working with the Seraphim 40 count Seraphim fabric, and I wanna get the name Bee's Knees Seraphim Fabrics. And I'm working with the Vicky Clayton silks. It's not as much as the what do we call it, Autumn and Hawk Run Hollow. This is first bundle. I know this is the lower number of flosses because up to 700s I put it here with the acrylic floss straps. It's kind of messy because I've been working with this green. It's embarrassing. And the second one is the 800s to 38s. The only one I could not floss strap is B5200 because it is not a couple of strands, it's like a single strand of floss like this, and it's a 52.2 yards, so there's no way I can floss strap this. This is like a spool. So I'm keeping it here in this pocket. This way, you use a lot of whites, I guess. That's why she did it that way. I'm enjoying so much. This pattern is a delight. I hid it for longest time, but because starting, I hid it first with the DMCs. I kept on changing my mind. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna pick up and start. And it was a delight. The whole block is done. There's a lot of like these ones I had to do 4 stitches and end the thread, 4 stitches and the thread. I did not carry it because, see, if I put my scissor behind it, you can see it shows. So I did not. This is not very pointy, it's Kohana scissor. I know people have told me like, oh, they're scared when I use the scissor, but I'm careful. And like, yeah, this is the only one that this floss color is getting a little bit ghosted because of my fabric color, but I'm enjoying so much that I think that part is okay for me. I can live with it. All the teals. This was a new start. So my first Christmas start for this month. But I'm gonna go through my pile and I'll show you quite a bit of patterns I have kitted. Like Narissa said it. I like the way her last video, you guys should go watch it. And she was doing the Christmas in July too, that's why I'm saying it. If I have it a couple of stitches down started or I have it kitted up, for me it's the same thing. I can put it back same area because I don't have separate kitted area versus WIP area. They are all housed together, and I'm kind of organizing right now because I'm using my closet, and I want to make such either go alphabetically or theme wise, the WIPs and kids. Until then, my Mira focus piece is Red by Mirabilia. I'm gonna work until it's finished. I'm a little bit burned out on her. I'm doing everything called for, but she is heavy beaded stitched piece. Let me come closer, I'll show you. everything is new. Like you can see the shines and stuff. I'll bring it sideways. So as I go, I'm beading and stitching. Just a little bit stitching left this part. But yeah. A lot of floss change, a lot of bead change. These areas, the empty spots are all bead. This part, I think I finished it. Actually, this was the area at the beginning. I had a mistake, so it's all done. I think this is the end, so it has to go like this. And if you, in person, you can hold this, it feels like a carpet. Even though I don't carry, I'll show my bag. I don't carry too much. It still feels really heavy, and because we chilled like other fabric, I'll show you. Do you see behind it? You can see my scissor. So it's see-through. I cannot travel flosses. I have to start and finish them. But I honestly like the way my crosses look. It's neat, and I'm using, as you can see, 17 by 8, and it's taking entire project in it, so I can bead and stitch at the same time. It's not bothering me because I don't have to put the Q-snap over the beads. This is red by Mirabilia, and this year's Mira focus piece. Just put it over there. I don't want to squeeze too much. Okay, so my second portion of the video, I'm gonna go through my winter Christmas. Let me just put this over there. Winter Christmas starts, or I have it, WIPs. When I say WIPs, I'm sure you guys know it's works in progress. Winter, snowman and everything, and my Cricut collection. I think the colors I'm kind of going through and choosing my own. Like this one has a blended cranic with the white. I don't know if it's called for, or I decided my own. I don't know. My tiny start. I started it Christmas time, 2023 Christmas. So it's been a couple of months. Not gonna say all of the, and it's on 32 count, 2/2. Prairie Schooler. So around December, I did a whole bunch of Christmas starts, and this is the only part I did it. I'm doing this. So this part is done. I need to do the writing part. It's a full coverage. This one you can just finish it and make a card if I want to. But I do like the Santa, so I like the tiny town. I do think I need to backstitch the reindeer and reindeer's tops and the rain. I'm just gonna pile up here. I have not worked on it, but I do want to work on this one called Collection Petite, Holy Nativity. And tiny start, 0 backstitch. It's the kit 18 count Aida, ivory Aida. See, this is white, ivory looks more antique. Yeah, the color shows over here between those two. But when I bring it closer, it doesn't show the color contrast of the fabrics. Usually cameras do that, they blow out the colors. When I take a picture, like the progress picture for Maria. Every time I took a picture, depends what time of the day I did, the picture would come more gray or more sepia. I didn't change anything, it just the lighting. A home for the holiday. I'm doing everything from this pattern, but right now I'm concentrating on this one, Christmas garden. And last time I haven't worked on this one yet. I have changed most of the floss, all of the floss colors to my own conversion. I will bring it over. The colors were more muted. I did more bright tones. They talk to me more, the brighter tones. And I'm not gonna show the other ones because I'm not gonna work on them for now, for the sake of time. Only the ones that I might put some stitches I'm gonna show. And I showed these patterns May because of I also did Blackbird Mania. That's the reason why I'm showing a bunch of blackbirds, because Blackbird Mania. I have an option of working on this project, this one or summer. Oops, see, I didn't realize I was out of camera. I already have done the autumn one. They are tiny because I'm doing on 40 count. Winter is here, summer is here. There is no spring. This collection has only 3 patterns, and I'm doing with the cold 4 colors. I was hoping this Christmas, like this winter time, I would finish the winter, but I didn't. I'm hoping I will do it. Like, it's pretty colors. I think I can handle it. And I'm doing okay with time. I don't want to rush too much because people said it's okay. They can watch little by little. And it's also fun to go through the stash. It kind of reminds me all the pretties I haven't worked on. Like this one is 3 years old. I have not worked on it for 3 years. And every time something else comes up, so, I want to say so again. I want to prioritize this pattern because it is beautiful. I love it, and I have the whole collection. And it's Shepherd's Bush. Which one is the Wool Gatherer? And I have this much done. I purchased the pattern. It's a DMC, even though it's a Shepherd's Bush. It's a DMC, and it comes with a whole bunch of pack of charms and beads and the wool. I'll bring it closer to show you guys how pretty it is. I have not done any of the extra stuff that needs to make it look fancy. The colors are more 80s, but I love it so much, this whole checkered part and the beads and stuff. I do like the 3D look. That's why I kind of like beaded projects or specialty stitches, and this was the reason why it was attracting. It's just like I have so many others that sometimes I forget I started it. But it is on 32 count, called for linen. I'm looking at it as if you can see it too. Big portion of it is done. I think background, the Christmas trees are all back stitched. I think that's where I got a little bit slowed down. And I want my back stitches to look neat. I don't do long stitches. I don't tiny stitch, back I stitch, but if it says 5/8, I do like over 4, then I do another over 4, so I split in half so I don't have a big string going over for back stitch. I don't know if it makes sense. I'm trying to make it more dainty, the back stitching part. All right. This is also need to be finished. I know why I stopped. I made a mistake. I'm like 2 stitches off over here, and I already took off this part. I was stitching this much, so I kind of got frustrated with myself and put it aside. But I've done too much stitching to abandon, and it's beautiful. Twin Peaks Primitives and Winter Blessings. I'm working on a 32 count Rachel Linen Toasted Almond. Look at her face, and she also doesn't have any back stitching, but the expression reminds me of my grandma. Yeah, this is the heavy stitching, which is finished. I have very little left. I need to just be a big girl and finish it. And this is Twin Peak Primitives. Winter Blessings. It's one of their older charts that I had purchased a long time. My goal is to start the new ones but finish the old ones. This is a new start for me this Christmas. Santa's Clothesline. For longest time I thought they were out of print. Then I was Googling. I found out Teresa Venet, Kitten Stitcher, was the designer of the Raise the Roof. It's her designs. So if you go to her website, under the Raise the Roof, she has the entire collection. Well, because she is the designer, she can release it. The pattern is not the newer ones. The newer ones comes like this. She prints it out and ships it. But if you got the older one, is a big cardboard like that, like it's open up cardboard, which I had before. I sold it, then I changed my mind. Now I want to stitch them again. The colors, I'm changing everything. I'm going with my stash, and I'm finding the hand dyed, like the sock color and everything. Whatever I feel like it, I'm changing it. It's still Christmassy themes, but it's not the called for. From her, I got also the Witchy Wash Day and the Uncle Sam's. Those were my favorites. At the same time, I got all 3 of them. Honestly, this one, I misplaced it. That's why I haven't shown for a while. Pure Amor, Crochet Au Gogo, I think. No, Core Ebate Core. At the time, she only had the knitting one. Now, I have seen it, or last year, she also has a cross-stitching pattern. Have I known that she's gonna come out? It's okay, I like this one too, but I'm not a knitter. I would have got the cross-stitching one. But since I have this, I'm gonna stitch this one. It's on 18 count. Ariel's Credo Fabrics by Stephanie. 1/1. Those are all the curly cues are done cording to make it look neater. And it's all called for colors. It's a fun, colorful stitch, and it's because it's on Ada. It's easier to stitch. It goes faster. For me, dark 40 count, 46 count goes slower. Those are the hardest one for me. The fastest one I can stitch on is 28, 32 count or Ada. This one's been lingering around for a while. dimensions, and it's called Scenic Farm. Cannot read backward. I switched this to a 32 count antique white linen, but from Zweigart Best. And as you guys can see, this one is wider than Maria's white. I just want to show they are both antique whites. Do you see the difference? It has more cream on it. But anyways, it used to be on 32 count Aida. That was the kit, and I switched it, but it's a little bit warping over here because of the half stitches. I think that's why I kind of got a little bit discouraged, but I think the right framer can stretch it. I have done more than half. I do need to finish it, and I'm not gonna restart anything like that. I'm just gonna finish it, then we'll deal with it once it's finished. But it has a lot of like 6 strands, 4 strands, half stitches. Have I thought about it deeply, I would have kept the Lugana or kept the Aida, because linen is softer, so it warps more. Prairie Schooler, Christmas Alphabet, and I hand dyed myself this one on what you call it, Lugana 32 count. I think the color name is apple something, reed dye. And small, this one I keep it as a travel stitch. That's why it's not getting down a lot, because like if I need to go somewhere, I can stitch in hand. I kind of kept it for that. All right, I do think those are all the WIPs I have. I'm gonna put this aside, and I'm gonna go a couple of patterns that I have kitted up. That either has a floss or fabric and floss. Like this one has fabric and floss, TMC called for. 32 count antique ivory linen. I'm thinking going 40 count or 36 though, so I might take it out the fabric from this. It's called December. I am doing all the monthlies in case you haven't seen my older videos. I have done a couple of them, but I want to do all 12, which they have. This one is our first alphabet. I got it a long time ago with the floss. I'm doing different countries' alphabets, different language alphabets. So so far I've done a Greek. I think I have French. I'm working on Armenian, and I have a bunch of English. So Russian alphabet, Cyrillic alphabet, Slavic, but it's from All Forest Embroidery. And I feel like this has a little bit of a Christmassy theme with a beautiful floss. It does not have a fabric because I'm contemplating to lowering my count for this one too. Just none. Oh, I have last year I finished Snowflake, the pink one, and I framed it. I'm gonna do a separate video, all my frames. My sweet husband surprised me with the framing. So the Snowflake got framed. Hopefully I'm gonna like it, but I decided to pick this one up. I do have the floss. You know what, I think that fabric that I have it for, I can put it here, because it does ask for 30 or 28 count. It does have charms and beads. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna switch right now because this one doesn't have a fabric, and I just realized that the one on Prairie Schooler will look good for this one. Pardon me while I'm switching the fabric. So this fabric is gonna work on this one. I just fully kidded something in front of everyone. All right, I have a bunch of smalls. I'll go through like that. Paper snowflakes. I have some hand-dyed flosses, I think from my collection, and a fabric. You know what? The fabric might be Vic's dye work. That's why I've been slowing down. It might be cold for one, but I'm contemplating. Lady is cold. No, lady, baby, it's cold outside. I have only one floss. But I do think I have the fabric. I don't know where I put the fabric. I done the row, the Holy Nativity row. So this is the alphabet row. Begin row. It's all Christmas tree, so I think that's why I put it with the Christmassy ones, and it's the same color as the Holy Nativity, and also the winter from Cricket collection. This one is Christmas cottage. I have a unique green color put in there. I don't know why I did that. Am I gonna brighten up that much? I don't know. I know Schoolhouse Red, I put it there because I liked it. But the green, I'm questioning my choices right now. This one is mixture of a whole bunch of floss that I got it from my collection when Santa's away. I like this one. It's Reindeer Game Erica Michaels. I cannot read the pattern from here. Put my own colors, conversion. I think it's gonna look nice. So I like teal colors. So if you see a lot of teals changing throughout my projects, I do like the blue-green color. Santa stops here. And actually I have it even a fabric, 40 count. This one is measured also. It's gonna be tiny little one. I do want to start little ones because I feel it's more doable for me to finish it than the large ones. And this one is called for fabric. I had it 36 count ale, and I have some flosses with it. I think it's called for. I might have some called for. The green I changed to teal green again because for Christmas I do think I like that teal color more than the regular traditional green that they suggest, like muted green. And this one is the light of winter with dyed needle and thread. So those are a couple of my smalls. When I say small, I usually anything under 200 that I stitch, pardon me for the noise. Anything I stitch under 200, I do call them smalls. From here, I just want to cut the fabric. I don't think it's gonna be a start for this year, but I'm gonna cut a fabric. It's older one. I got it from her website, I think. And this one I showed before. I need to find the fabric for him. I seen so many people stitch. I kind of got, because a lot of people stitched it, I have the MPIs. And thread drop the MPIs, and for some reason I got extra. But I do want to color. I don't want to go light. I want to go a little bit more golden color. This is a one to start. It just because I saw other people doing it a lot, I kind of got confused because I want to do this color. They changing his coat to bright red because his coat is pink, so I kind of confused myself. I have winter Rose Manor. It's been with me a long time. I constantly change the house color. I end up at the end buying the color conch. I'm just gonna go with it. Some projects I overthink, and that kind of slows me down. Esther from Kathy Barrett. I got the fabric gingerbread. Oopsie. I think it's gonna look nice, the white. The ship's white. I thread dropped it, but I don't like what I done. Those are the tags that you put it for gifts. I just decided to make a thread drops, but I don't think they're gonna last. They are kind of flimsy, so I might have to redo it. I was having fun. I like to sometimes experiment to see if I can make a thread drop of the cards. And Phoebe Moonshine Stitchery, I think. Sorry, Phoebe. She does it with playing cards, deck cards. She does thread drops. I think it's good idea. So I'm trying to experiment. I have some cards. I might just switch to them. Glendon Place. Is it upside down? Yes, it is. Christmas all around. I'm also doing the eggs all around, and I done the Sir Thomas from Glendon Place. This one requires ton of floss, DMC, and ton of cranny. And I'm working on large cut of Barbara Creations 28 count fabric because of all of this. And I think I also need seed beads, which I have not pulled out yet. I'm just gonna start. This one is a long term. I had it with me for longest period of time. It's about time for me to start. And my last, whoopsie, I dropped it. 2 projects are housed. I just want to show the bag. It's 805 Stitchery. She's such a talented bag maker. She also has a Flosstube. Shelly, actually, we were gonna meet up, but unfortunately I had plans. She's local, not exactly local, but driving distance. So we were gonna meet up and stitch. I cannot wait to meet with her too. Shelly's gonna introduce us, and I did not know at the time when I bought the bag it was hers, but I'm excited to meet another Flosstuber. And in that bag, I'm keeping these 2. Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. Finished it recently. It looks amazing. And I love this one. I do think this was exclusive at one point, but it's available now, so I purchased it. So they're on my radar, either to start, just to start, or put some stitches on the WIPs. I'm not planning to finish any of those. They are not close to finish, but they are close enough, you know, to, if I don't put the stitches, I'll never be finished. That said, I think that's all I'm gonna share today. I would thank you so much. I thank you so much for watching it, liking, sharing. I really do appreciate everyone's nice comments. It makes me feel good. I am gonna link, I remember, I think most of them, all of them, if I wanted. Let me just put the Antera. Sorry, it's a bubbly table, I forgot. The YouTube channels, so you guys go check it out, entertain yourselves. They are talented stitchers, really nice people, and I highly recommend all of them. That's it. Thank you so much, and I hope I'll see you guys end of the month, if not next month, for my next update. Until then, bye bye.